Mark Anthony here for Sigma TV. I'm here today with Corey Padveen from T2 Marketing International. How are you doing today?
Not too bad. Tired, hot, but pretty good.
I understand you had a panel yesterday. How did that go?
It went well. I mean, it's always something when you're closing out the day because you hope people stick around, but everybody did and seemed to receive the panel pretty well.
Brilliant. I understand you have another two today.
Another two today. So these ones are a little earlier, smaller tracks on the TechNext track. So looking forward to those.
Brilliant, brilliant. Corey, I would really like to get a bit more insight as of what you are doing at T2 Marketing International. My first question for you, AI. AI is starting to be very big in iGaming. Where do you see this going?
You know, it's interesting because 6 months ago the conversation was all theoretical, and now you're looking at actual practical applications. From an iGaming standpoint, you're talking about game development. That's on the technical side, and then from an actual from the side of the consumer, you're talking about personalization, you're talking about experience, you're talking about interaction. So the capabilities of AI and iGaming are broad. I mean, they're huge. You were a few examples yesterday of some tools that are being used now for the operator side. And I'm sure you're going to see more and more of that on the consumer-facing side, on the player-facing side, as more of these tools and more of these developments take place across the market.
Well, the absolute hot topics at the moment are blockchain and DeFi in the gaming sphere.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate a bit on that?
Sure. Actually, both of my panels today are about DeFi. They're about blockchain. I think that from a player safety standpoint, from a player security standpoint, the opportunities of blockchain are huge. I mean, sure, you do have to accept that. Again, this isn't a new space, but as far as the average consumer goes, it's still relatively new. So there's a learning curve involved. There's also an adoption curve. So we're talking about operators that need to come to terms with using blockchain. They have to be comfortable with it since it's decentralized. Decentralized finance is obviously a big point for new financial services providers, for new operators looking at it. Smaller operators have big opportunities there. So I think you're going to see more and more of that moving into the mainstream, particularly as you have a new generation of gamers that are much more comfortable using tools like that and using technologies like that.
Brilliant. Thanks a lot for that, Corey. I have just one more question for you. From an iGaming marketing perspective, what is on the horizon that you are most excited about at the moment?
I think towards the end of my panel yesterday, we were talking about hyper-personalization, which obviously has a huge component to do with large language models, with natural language processing, with AI. And I think the more that starts to come into the mainstream, you're going to see these hugely tailored experiences, both on the marketing standpoint, but also on the actual player experience standpoint, where you have a completely tailored experience for an individual player. So while you and I may both want to play blackjack, the actual experience of playing that online is going to be completely different based off of our behaviors, based off of our preferences, and even based off of our interactions, whether it's a live dealer or an AI dealer. So I think that's one of the most exciting things that I see coming up, is allowing players to have totally unique experiences through AI.
Thank you very much. So that was a very detailed elaboration of T2 Marketing International. I do have a bonus question for you,
Sure.
Corey, though. For all the viewers and for those out there who have not experienced Sigma yet, what is it you can tell us about it?
First of all, the networking obviously is excellent. The diversity, I think, is what really makes Sigma stand out from a lot of others. You're talking about markets and individuals, hugely talented and hugely experienced individuals speaking, sharing information, sharing knowledge. But the diversity of markets, I think, is what really makes it stand out, because you're not really going to experience that with anybody else. A lot of the industry has been standardized in where the shows are taking place, who's speaking. Sigma offers a huge range around the world, and I think that's really a unique point that everybody should take advantage of.
Thank you very much. So it's safe to say that we'll be seeing you at one of our future Sigmas.
I'd say so.
Brilliant, brilliant. Corey, I'd like to thank you very much for stopping
My
by.
pleasure.
I'd like to wish you a great day ahead and
Thank you very
happy
much.
networking.
Thank you very much.
My
Appreciate it,
pleasure.
Mark.
I think